Hello everyone, my name is Akhil from IdentityIQ. In this session, we will be discussing about aggregation using multithreading and target resource mapping. Here, we will see what is data loading. In an organization, there will be a multiple number of applications. Each applications will have data regarding to the users that are present. In order to load all the data into the IAQ instance, we will use data loading. In data loading, we have several ways to load the data into IAQ instance. Here we will discuss about aggregation using multithreading and target resource mapping. Aggregation using multithreading. Now let's try to understand with a simple example. If we observe here in the scenario 1, there is a construction going on and there are 4 resources that are available. But we are making use of only single resource for the construction. The time taken will be more and the load will be also more. In the scenario 2, we are making use of all the resources that are present. Here the time will be less and the load will be divided equally among all the resources. Now let's try to understand the actual use of performing aggregation using multithreading. Generally, the processor requirement is based upon the number of identities that are present. Let's say we have 10,000 identities and 4 processors that are present. If only the single processor performs the aggregation for all the 10,000 identities, it might take 20 minutes, for example. If we divide these 10,000 identities into 2,500 identities for each processor takes 5 minutes and the whole aggregation process takes only 5 minutes instead of the 20 minutes. So this is actually useful for performing aggregation for large number of identities. If we observe on the left side, we have total number of 240 identities and 4 threads or processors that are present. And only a single thread is performing aggregation for all the 240 identities. So here the load is more and the time taken is also more. On the right side, we are performing partitioning, which means that each thread is handling 60 identities for aggregation task. Here the workload will be divided among all the threads and the time taken will be less. Before performing aggregation using multithreading, there are some fields that needs to be modified. If we observe here, there is a field known as enable partitioning. So we have to check this particular checkbox in order to perform partitioning for the identities. And there is one more field which is objects per partition. Here we have to mention the number of identities that each thread is going to handle. Here we have mentioned it as 60. And there are few objects that needs to be modified before performing aggregation. One of the object is server object. In the server object, we have to define max request threads field, which is how many threads are needed to perform the aggregation. Here we have mentioned it as 6. So 6 threads will perform the aggregation task for all the identities that are present. And we have UA servers and task servers. So the number of UA servers and task servers are dependent upon the number of identities that are present. UA server handles the requests that come from the end users, which are like requesting forms, etc. And task servers handles the request from the task definition when we run the particular task. So in the UA server, if you observe here, there is a field known as hosts. In the host, we have to mention the host names of the servers that are present. In the similar manner, in task server also, we have to mention the host names that are present in the field hosts. One more object that needs to be modified is request definition aggregate partition object. In this, we have to mention the maximum number of threads that we are going to use, which is we have mentioned it as 6. So after performing the aggregation, if we observe here, it is totally divided into 6 threads and each thread is handling around 60 identities. Now we will discuss about target resource mapping. So what is target resource mapping? Let's say in an organization there are multiple number of applications, and in HR application for a particular user, one of the field value is changed. To reflect this particular field value in other application, we will use target resource mapping. So if we observe here, we have two applications, one is HR and another one is ED. So for the user John, we have city as New York in HR, and in AD also we have the city as New York. So if the city is changed to California in HR application, it should be reflected in the AD application. But in the second scenario, it is not reflected. So now we will perform target resource mapping to reflect it back in the AD application. So after performing target resource mapping, the city field is California in both HR application and AD application for the user John. We have basically two mappings. One is source mapping and another one is target mapping. In the source mapping, we will mention the source application, which is HR, and the attribute which is already changed, which is city. And in the target mapping, we will mention the target application and the attribute that needs to be changed, which is city. So if we observe here, we have source mapping and target mappings. In the source mapping, we have selected the HR application and the field is country. And in the target mapping, we have selected the application name as web and the attribute that needs to be changed is country. Now we have to perform identity refresh cube task. In this particular task, we have a field known as synchronize attributes. We have to check this particular checkbox. It generally synchronizes the values in the target application if there are any changes in the source application. So after performing this task, we can see the values that will be changed in the target application if there are any changes in the source application. I hope you understand aggregation using multithreading and target resource mapping. Thank you.